This is a bas-relief of a strange creature. It looks like an octopus with only 6 tentacles. You have a creepy feeling as if it is looking right back at you. The hectopus seems somehow calmer as you present the Dark One sign to it. You get the feeling that there's something it wants you to do with the sign.
Bad place. Very bad place. Go away. You'll be very sorry.
You push the Dark One sign into the indentation on the door. It fits perfectly. You have a really bad feeling about this place. It looks ordinary enough, but the general atmosphere of the place and the symbols of the Dark One everywhere make you almost want to turn and run as fast as you can. Danger? How about a sense of all-pervading evil? A sense that you are being watched by otherworldly forces that mean to do you harm. Other than that, it's just your basic monastery of a fanatical cult. This place is an abomination that should not exist. It feels as if the barriers between this and another dark and evil world are paper thin here. This is a no longer used monastery. The furnishings are in poor condition, and the carpet and drapes are faded and threadbare. The symbols of the Dark One make this an uncomfortable place to be. The bas-relief depicts a scarab beetle, sacred to the Shapirians as the keeper of the sun, mostly due to certain unsavory habits having to do with dung balls. This carving depicts a cavernous, hungry-looking mouth. This is a bas-relief image of a heart. If you look out of the corners of your eyes, you can almost see it pulse. This place is making you see all sorts of things, actually. It's a 6-tentacled, octopus-like creature. I guess you'd call it a hexapod. Unless you like cats, then you might call it a hexapus. A long wooden table attests to a time when this room was used to double as a communal dining room for the monks. This is a fairly attractive, in a Baroque way, display cabinet with a glass door. This is a fairly attractive, this amazingly lifelike sculpture looks like a cross between a baby troll and a hermit or dervish. It fits the description of a domovoi, except that it's totally dried out and unmoving. This is an antique brass log holder. There doesn't seem to be anything special about this one. The fireplace looks as though it hasn't been used in years. There are no logs on the log holders, nor is there any sign of ashes or other debris. There are some small scratches on the stone underneath this brass log holder. Hector the hexapod happily gorges itself on the garlic. Hector looks much less hungry and perhaps a little less dangerous now. As you push and pull at the antique log holder, suddenly it turns in your hand and the whole back of the fireplace opens to reveal a secret passage leading down. No wonder the fireplace didn't appear to have been used much. There is a cold feeling down here that chills your bones and sets the hairs on the nape of your neck on end. There is a musty odor of mold and mildew mingling with the sickeningly sweet smell of decaying flesh. Welcome to your nightmare. This is a dangerous place. You probably knew that. Handle with care. An incredible sensation of evil emanates from over by the book. That seems like an excellent thing to avoid. These bizarre creatures are only stone carvings, you hope. The huge barrel is labeled Cask of Amontillado. This must be the fabled spirit that provided most of the income and fame of the monastic order here. It is rumored to provide strange and mystical visions to those who taste freely of its contents. You've seen some pretty ridiculous things in your time, and that's certainly one of them. You've seen some pretty ridiculous... Above the altar is the sign of the Dark One, surrounded by arcane letters. A notch next to the A makes you think that perhaps that is some sort of starting point for the letters. There is a huge book on the altar. The binding looks like stretched human skin, with letters and markings written in dried blood. The letters spell out Necrophilicon. What could that mean? Oh, that's it. Something like the Silmarillion for of the love of death. Ugh. There's something very, very wrong and dangerous about this book. The roll-top desk is spotted with dark and ominous stains. The roll-top desk. This place practically vibrates with dark magic. You get a momentary vision of nameless rites and unspeakable rituals before the spell cuts off. Any individual magical impressions are lost among the overall dark magical aura. Swirling cloud of undoubtedly poisonous gas surrounds the desk for a few seconds after your spell opens it. Then the cloud subsides. You rifle through the Mad Monk's desk and find the diary of Amontillado. Boy, was this guy wacko. Reading this makes your head hurt. However, it does give you some information about the Dark One rituals. It said something about the first ritual being placed within the Mad Monk's tombstone, there to be forever guarded by followers. The second ritual shall be placed in the Stone of Squids, and revealed only by the light of a dead child's soul. The next ritual shall be placed in the hollow of the Hangman's Tree, and guarded by the spirit of the dead which remains there. The blood ritual shall be concealed magically within the monastery, and only he who willingly seeks dark visions shall find it. The mouth ritual shall be placed in the great arch itself, under the Dark One's sign. And the heart ritual shall be given to someone named Gregor for safekeeping. Now there's another note on this page in another's handwriting. Gregor is missing in the forest and probably dead. Yet where is the heart ritual? You rifle, it said that now that you tap the huge cask of Amontillado. This is the strongest stuff you've ever tasted, assuming that you're not an aficionado of dragon's breath. Bottoms up. you got a headache. Fortunately, the Dark One rising seems to have been just a vision, not the reality. Yet. A scroll has formed from the cask's wine droplets. You pick up the rolled paper on the floor. It has a symbol of a drop of blood at the top and the inscription, Ritual of Blood. You can't read any of the other writing on it.